Hello traders, FXPIPCOLLECTOR here. Today is Thursday, April 6th, and welcome to today's live stream. Thanks for joining. I really do appreciate the support. As usual, we are going to start off by looking at the DXY and the US dollar from the monthly all the way down to the 1 hour time frame. There we go, 1 hour time frame. Then we're going to start looking at all the other US dollar pairs, including gold and maybe even silver. And then we got some yen pairs, and we got a lot of Aussie pairs to look at today too. We got pretty much every Aussie pair that exists to look at, requested by my Patreon members. So we're definitely going to take a close look at the Aussie pairs today. And we'll probably have time to look at maybe oil and Bitcoin and a few other things also. So we may as well just get started right away. So yeah, I need to unmute myself on Discord. Sorry about that, Discord. So be all set, ready to go now. So, as usual, we're going to start off on the DXY monthly. Now, we have a few possibilities on the monthly time frame, which I don't really explain in my videos because I don't really have time to explain them in my videos. But possibility number one is that this is the end of a wave C on the monthly. Possibility number two is that this is a 1, this is a 2, and this is actually a wave 3. And if this is a wave 3, that means this move down is going to be a crescent, and it will probably eventually end up looking like that. If it's a wave C, this right here is a wave C, that is, then that means that this move down is actually going to end up doing something like this, making lower lows and lower highs. So whether it's an A, B, C down like that, or it's a 1, 2, 3 down like that, at this point it's very similar pattern. So at this point it really doesn't matter if it's a 1, 2, 3 or it's an ABC, because the trading strategy for each of those is exactly the same. So let's head down to the weekly time frame. On the weekly time frame, I still see that this is most likely a nice looking trend. It most likely is either a wave 1 or a wave A. This move up right here I was thinking was the end of a crescent because of how strong this move down is. But the last 3 or 4 candles that definitely look like they're trying to close with a big spike in the bottom. There's always a chance that this pattern is what I originally thought it was a couple weeks ago, a wave A. This is a wave B, and it goes up to make a C. And whether it's an ABC of 2 or whether it's an ABC of B, it really doesn't matter. It's pretty much exactly the same strategy. So I definitely would need to see some confirmation first, because like I've been saying in my videos, I still see the possibility that this just keeps on going down. So we are going to be looking for some confirmation, especially on the shorter time frames, that this move down really is a wave B. So switching back to the US dollar index, actually the US dollar index is actually not as weak to the downside as the DXY. You can see the difference in pattern, definitely a little bit of a difference. But I'm going to be looking at the US dollar from the daily down. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, ABC of 4, and a wave 5. This move up, I've been saying, is either an A, B, C, D, E, or maybe it is possibly a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, and this move down really is a B, and then it ends a wave B and goes up and makes a big old wave C next. That is definitely a possibility. And then how are we going to know if that's the case? Well, watching this structure right here, to me it looks more like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So either way, even if this does end up going up, I think the next move up is probably going to be a crescent to this move down. Probably someplace between 38 and 78% of this move down, and then we should go down again. That next move down is either going to be a C, and it's going to turn back up and make a bigger wave C like that, or it's just going to keep on trending down like this. So whether this whole move down is a wave B or not, I don't think, even if it is a wave B, then it's probably an A of B, and then it's going to make a B of B, and then it's going to make a C of B. If it's not a wave B and it really is a trend, that means that this is a 1, it's probably going to go up and make a 2, and then it's going to go down and make a 3. So even in this scenario, both possibilities are pretty much the same. Hey Stefan, hey Kong, and hey Ross, how's it going? Nice to see everybody. Thanks for joining. So heading down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, we definitely have a break of structure. That's a pretty good sign that this whole move down is over. This breakup structure right here only tells us that this move down is over. It does not tell us that this whole downtrend is over. So really, there's two possibilities now too. On pretty much every time frame right now, we do have more than one possibility playing out, which is actually pretty common in the markets. What possibility number one is that this is going to be an ABC correction and it turns at a fib level and just keeps on trending down. And possibility number two is that this is now going to turn into a trend and it's going to go up and take out this high, and it's either going to be a wave A or wave 1. So we definitely have a couple possibilities. We should be able to recognize if this makes some sort of a corrective pattern up to one of these fib levels and then makes a very impulsive turn. That is a pattern that we really should be able to recognize, no problem. So if that's the case, we should be able to recognize that and go short accordingly. If it's not the end of a correction, it's going to make impulsive moves up. It may bounce off some fib levels, but it will never take out structure. It will stay very impulsive and eventually take out this swing, which will prove to me that this whole move down is over. So taking it down to the 1 hour time frame. On the 1 hour time frame, we do have to remember tomorrow is non-farm payroll. Now it's a little bit of a unique situation tomorrow because tomorrow is a bank holiday pretty much everywhere except for the US and maybe Asia, but pretty much all of Europe tomorrow is a bank holiday. And then Monday is a bank holiday for most of Europe and Britain and Australia, New Zealand. So definitely a little bit of a unique situation because non-farm payroll falls on a day where Europe, Aussie, New Zealand, Switzerland, UK, and all of Europe and Canada is all on vacation this day. So pretty much everybody is on bank vacation except for the US and maybe Asia. So this seems like there's definitely going to be a lack of volatility. I don't really ever remember non-farm payroll falling on a day where there was so many bank holidays. It's definitely a little bit of a unique situation. Makes me wonder how much volatility we are actually going to see tomorrow. So anyways, right now it looks like we have a couple possibilities. Like I said, this is either an A, B, and we're going up right now for a C. Even if it is a wave C, I kind of doubt it's over. I bet it'll go up to one of these fibs, probably all the way until tomorrow. And at tomorrow's news, if it is a wave C, it'll probably go down, take out structure, and most likely continue that downtrend. That's scenario number one. Scenario number two is that maybe this does kind of drift down, spend the next 24 hours in a correction, and then the news comes out. I would expect maybe something like this actually, and then the news comes out tomorrow, and 24 hours later the news comes out and this is corrective, and the news actually causes it to continue the uptrend. So we definitely need to pay attention. If it wasn't for the fact that tomorrow is a bank holiday for almost the whole world except for the US and Asia, I would say that this is probably going to end a correction and go down tomorrow. But I'm kind of wondering if there's going to be a little bit of a lack of volatility tomorrow because of all those bank holidays. So anyways, now that we kind of have this figured out, we know that it's either an ABC up to this last move down, or it's just going to keep trending up, making higher highs, higher lows. Either scenario, we should be able to recognize that. So let's head down to the euro dollar and take a look at that. Head up to the daily time frame. Euro dollar, same thing really as the dollar. This move up to me looks like a trend, and it really does not look like a trend that's over. I still think the main possibility out of those two possibilities I was showing on the dollar, I think the possibility that I believe the most is that this is going to make another higher low, and that it will go up, it will break structure, and it will continue the uptrend. I think this is a 1, I think this is a 2, and I think this is a wave 3. So I'm still betting that this is going to go up tomorrow. So heading down to the 4 hour time frame, I really don't think anything is actually over. I don't think we're going to get like an end of a correction today. I think most likely this is going to be a wave A. It's probably going to be kind of lack of volatility, I bet, for the next 24 hours, but I bet it will make a B. And I really do think it's probably going to go down to make a C, probably at one of these fib levels. I bet tomorrow's London session is when this will start making that wave C. And by New York session, I bet we'll be ready to end the correction and continue the uptrend. So like I said, I'm still betting that tomorrow we're going to end the correction and that the euro dollar is going to continue its uptrend. So what do we have here? I think that one of these spikes right here is actually a wave 5, and this is a 1, 2, 3, probably a 4 and 5 right there. That means that this is probably a 1, 2, 3, 4 and 5 right here, probably a wave A. I bet this is going to kind of drift up. I think there's going to be a major lack of volatility, probably starting at the end of today's New York session. Probably right up until, depending on what happens with tomorrow's news. Maybe tomorrow's news will be a very, very underwhelming news event because of all those bank holidays. But if this looks like this tomorrow, and the news causes an impulsive move up at one of these fib levels, I would say that that for sure is going to be the end of a correction and the continuation of the uptrend. So we definitely need to check back tomorrow before the news and see what happens. I will be making my videos tomorrow. I'm not taking the day off, even though I am living in Europe. I was thinking about taking the day off, but it is non-farm payroll, so I will be making my videos just like normal. On the pound dollar, I believe that this is an uptrend. I still believe this is a 1. I still believe this is a 2. And I still believe that this is in a wave 3. It would have to go all the way down here to take out that structure to tell me that that move is over. I think it's more likely to do something like that, make a higher low, and just keep on going up. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, I think I got my fib on the 1 hour. I want to see it on the 4 hour also. So let's do that. So on the 4-hour time frame, I bet just like the other one of these spikes is the end of a trend, and I think we're only in a wave A right now. Definitely, I think the pattern we're going to see over the next day is going to be very, very overlapping because there's going to be a major lack of volatility, I think, in the next few days. But I still think that this is the most likely thing to happen tomorrow at the news. So let's head down to the 1-hour time frame. So 1 hour time frame, definitely already a very choppy pattern. It did break out of this 38%, so we pretty much know that that's not going to be the level. I think just like the euro, this is like a 1, 2, 3, probably an A, B, C, a 4, probably right around there. Or here is actually the wave 5. And this is probably actually in like an A still. It's probably still a wave A. It's probably going to make a wave B, and it probably is going to make a wave C. I would think the 61 or the 78% is going to be the most likely place for this to go to end the correction and most likely continue the uptrend. So we're definitely going down right now. Like I said, we would have to go all the way down here for me to believe that this move up is over. And even if it does go down there, there's always a possibility this is like a wave 1 of wave 3. And we're going to go down and make a wave 2 of wave 3. Just something to think about. Now the Aussie is actually quite a bit different. And I was looking at this about an hour ago before my live stream, and that originally I was thinking that this would keep going up and it was just starting off very corrective, but that right there is definitely the end of a correction for sure. It looks like 1, 2, 3 waves up to the 38%. With the yesterday when it made this big spiky candle, I thought for sure that this was going to go back up, but as you can see, the Aussie dollar weakness or the Aussie weakness is still in play. It looks to me like we're going down, and I probably am going to have to change this up a little bit because this is probably not even ended a wave B yet. Or I probably did end a wave B, and it's probably still in a wave C of wave B. So we definitely going to have to change this up a little bit. This is probably actually what the forecast is now, a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A, which is what I was thinking originally a few weeks ago. And then we have an A, B, C up, a B, and now we're probably going down for a wave C. Once this wave C is over, we probably will end up continuing the uptrend, just like I've been forecasting for months now. So going down to the 4-hour time frame, you can see that the 78% wasn't even really respected at all. So we know that this is not a correction to the last move up, and that's for sure. We probably have the end of a correction right here, and we probably are in, most likely, like a wave 1 of a new downtrend. So we're probably just going to keep on trending down, and we're probably in a wave C of wave B, just like what I showed on the longer time frames. So we definitely had to change that one up a little bit, but that definitely does happen. And the more flexible you are with your analysis, the better off you're going to be. So we have some pretty clear corrections. Look at that. That's almost a perfect 3 waves. Even this right here, even though it made a lower high, lower high, that's a pretty clear correction also. Very clear entries, very, very profitable trades. I don't think that we're even close to being done. There's no structure break yet. Whoops. There's no structure break yet, so there's no reason to think that this move down is over. It's probably going to keep on going down. Probably is still going to be like a final wave of this move, but I do believe it is going down. So that means that the Kiwi dollar is probably doing exactly the same thing. And this is what I originally had on this one also. And I guess we're going to have to change this one up too, because this is definitely probably a wave B. So we definitely have to change things up a little bit on the Aussie pair. Aussie and Kiwi pairs, that is. Because this is probably most likely what we're looking at now. That right there is for sure the end of a correction. This right here is definitely a downtrend. Probably a wave A. 3 waves up to a Fibonacci level. Nice big impulsive move down today. That's definitely the end of a correction, and I bet it's going to go down probably for the next couple weeks, which makes you wonder if the euro, the pound, and the other pairs are going to actually make a bigger move down, but maybe like ending a wave 1 and going into a wave 2. Probably pretty likely. It doesn't really change the fact that I think that we're in a big wave 3, but probably going to end up being a bigger correction. So in a ways, on the 4-hour time frame, you have a break of structure, you have a 1, 2, 3 down. That right there is for sure the end of a correction. That definitely is a trend. It's probably not even close to being over. And like I said, we do have non-farm payroll tomorrow, so we're going to have to see what these look like tomorrow. But right now, I would say the trend is down, and there's no reason to think that the trend is over yet. So going down to the 1-hour time frame, we have some pretty clear entries. 1, 2, 3 waves up right after a break of structure. This is a trade that if I was paying a little bit more attention to this yesterday, I probably would have noticed. I've been working on my course for the gold Patreon members, and I didn't even notice this yesterday, but it was very clear. And then we also had this right here, which was very, very clear. Pretty good. No problem, Toko and Giovanna, nice to see you. Thanks for coming. So right now we're probably in a wave 3 on this. Maybe a wave 3 of C, maybe a wave 3 of A. We'll have to see what it actually turns into. So the US dollar Canadian is also probably going to end up making a bigger correction, but that definitely doesn't change anything for me. On the longer time frames, this is still, to me, definitely the end of a correction. Probably this move up is probably going to be a bigger correction. It's probably going to go up to one of these higher Fibonacci levels, but to me, that is still a correction, and it's still going to end up going back down. We're probably in a wave A right now. So maybe we'll go up and make a top bottom at the 61.8. Maybe we'll stop at the 50, which kind of lines up with all this area back here, the base rally area. So we'll definitely have to keep an eye on that one for sure. I am definitely looking at this one very closely because I'm waiting for that next short. On the 4-hour time frame, even though this started off very corrective, it probably is only a wave A. It's probably going to make a wave B and probably going to make a wave C. So we definitely, like I said, the more I look at these dollar pairs, the more I think that tomorrow's non-farm payroll is probably going to be pretty underwhelming, because these pairs don't really look like they're ready to make a big move to the upside or the downside. 1-hour time frame, it definitely looks very corrective. It looks very, very overlapping. So there's always a possibility that it respects one of these fib levels, but at this point, I think it's going to break out. It's probably going to end up being only a wave A of a bigger correction. That's definitely what it looks like on the daily. You can't really look at that daily time frame and say that that's like a complete correction. It's probably only a wave A. So that probably means that the not the US dollar Swiss, but the US dollar yen is the one I was thinking of. But the US dollar Swiss is probably going to do something very similar. This is definitely going down. It looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and probably like a wave 5. It probably will go up, but I bet that move up is still going to be a correction to this move down. It's just going to make a pretty good sized correction before it actually continues the downtrend. This is another one that I do believe is going down longer term on the longer time frames, and really this one's not even going up much yet. That right there looks to me like the end of a correction. I actually said in my video today that it looks like the end of a correction, and it looks like it should go down. That may be a little bit more of a Swiss move than a dollar move. Yeah, I definitely think it looks like it's going down. We got 3 waves up there, and then we got 3 waves up there. That looks like it's going down. probably going to continue to go down. Now, like I said, I'm probably not really going to do a whole lot. Maybe tomorrow during the news, if I see a good opportunity, I will enter. But I'm probably honestly not going to do a whole lot of trading between now and probably Tuesday, because there's a holiday Monday, there's a holiday tomorrow. Unless the non-farm payroll makes a really good opportunity, I've always been the type of person that when there's a holiday, there's really no point in even trying to trade, because usually what happens when there's a holiday is there's a major lack of volatility. Anyways, the US dollar yen I still think is an ABC correction right here. I still think this move down is like the beginning of a trend, like a wave 1. To me, this looks like a wave A. This looks like it probably is going to be a wave B, and it probably is going to go up and make a C. Probably up to one of these fib levels before it actually continues the downtrend. So, heading down to the 4-hour time frame, it kind of looks a little bit like a trend to me. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But the thing that sticks out to me is that this right here is definitely a trend. That probably is a wave A. This move down probably is a wave B, and it probably is going to continue to drift up beyond these highs to make like a wave C. Then I bet it will be a correction to this whole move down, and it will end the correction and continue the downtrend. And we definitely don't have time to complete this pattern before tomorrow's news. That's why the more I look at these things, the more I actually think that tomorrow's news is going to be very, very underwhelming. So looking at the 1-hour time frame, it probably is like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of A. It probably is a 3-way pattern for a B. And this right here never really broke structure, so it probably is a wave C. Maybe this right here is actually the end of the wave C. And now we're going up. And we're probably going to continue to go up, I bet. And we'll probably take out these highs and make that bigger wave C like I was showing on the longer time frames, because this ABC is probably an ABC of B. So let's check out gold, but before we do, I want to put the link to my free Discord in the description and in the chats. It's 100% free to join, no obligations to pay a dime if you do not want to. And I also offer help to my Patreon members. I do a morning forecast of all the dollar pairs, all the yen pairs. We hold a Zoom meeting once a week, and I'm also going to have a course that's going to be available to all gold members probably starting next week. So it's going to be for $50 a month, which is what the price is right now. It's definitely a very, very good bargain. I know that when I was originally with my mentor, I paid a lot more than $50 a month. But anyways, on the daily time frame, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 of 1. Now, let's see. I could almost picture this being a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 right here. I could definitely picture that. Does that mean that this is like an ABC right there? I'm not really sure. I don't know. We definitely got to reevaluate this. I wouldn't believe that this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 until it took out this low right here. But it's definitely something to consider, that maybe, especially with the higher low, maybe this is a 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. It definitely could be. It looks like it's in a wave 3 on the higher time frames, but sometimes we have to pay attention to where the clarity is, and the clarity is kind of on the daily and on probably like the monthly. It still looks to me like this is going to go up to one of these higher fib levels, but the shorter time frames are kind of contradicting that a little bit. It's still, like I said, there's definitely no proof that anything is over, and I'm still sticking to the idea that this is going to be a correction and that this is going to make a higher low, and it's just going to keep on trending up. So right now, there's no reason to think otherwise. Going down to the 4-hour time frame, this was the last end of a correction. Very clear uptrend, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's a very clear trend right there. And we definitely have a break of structure, so we know that this trend right here is over. Now, let's see if it makes a correction to this last move up, like something like this. Like I said, if tomorrow's news comes out and this looks like it's in a correction and it's at a fib level, then I would say that the news is going to cause it to go up. If tomorrow's news comes out and it's kind of drifting up like this, then I would say tomorrow's news is actually going to cause it to go down. So we definitely have a little bit of a contradicting pattern here on multiple time frames, but that does happen. And all that we really need to know right now is that the trend is down on the 4-hour. So that means if you trade below the 4 hour, then you probably should just continue to look for shorts right now. It is a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves down, probably only a wave A. And really, I don't see any reason to think it's over. I think it's more likely to keep drifting and probably look like something like that. We'll see. I don't really see that there's enough time to make a correction unless this starts to go up now and it makes a B, and then tomorrow's London session it does this, and then tomorrow's news causes the end of a correction, causes a impulsive move up, a break of structure, and a continuation of the uptrend. So right now, depending on what time frame you trade on, the 4 hour is down. Anything above the 4 hour is up. The trend on the 4 hours down, so if you trade on like the 15, 30 minute, 5 minute time frame, then you should probably be looking for shorts in a downtrend. No problem, Mark. I'm glad to help. Thanks for joining. So anyways, let's see. Let me just check Discord one more time, see if there's any more requests. Yeah, oil and natural gas. Oil, nat gas. And Aussie Canadian. I think I already got that one. Yeah, we already got that one. So let me go look at the Canadian yen, which is actually the only yen pair that we actually have right now to forecast, that is. On the Aussie yen, the Canadian yen, and I think we have the Aussie yen too. Yeah, we do. So the Canadian yen to me looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I think we're going to break structure, and it's either going to be a wave A or a wave 1. Doesn't matter right now whether it's an A or a 1. The trading strategy is exactly the same, whether it's a wave A or whether it's a wave 1. It really doesn't matter to us. So let's head down to the 4 hour time frame. 4 hour time frame, I think all the yen pairs are going up for a wave B right now. This definitely looks to me like a downtrend. I bet we're going up to make a B, and I bet we're going to drift down again to make a C. Probably down to the 50, maybe the 61.8, probably a 1 and probably a 2, and then we'll probably go up and make a 3, which is going to be a 3 of A or a 3 of 1. Either way, doesn't matter, exactly the same trading strategy. Going down to the 1 hour, on the 1 hour time frame, this is definitely a downtrend. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I bet it actually ends right here with an 8 and a 9 of wave A. And I bet we're going up right now probably for an A, B, C of B. Which an A, B, C of B is a correction to the wave A. So really, you could put your Fibonacci from here to here, and you would look for a reversal after 3 waves up. And then it will probably go back down to make a wave C. So I believe we're in a wave B pretty much on all the yen pairs right now. And usually the non-farm payroll can affect the yen pairs also, so definitely keep an eye on these tomorrow when the news comes out. We may have a little bit of an effect on that too. And the Aussie yen. Aussie yen, like I've been saying for quite some time now, I would not be trying to go long on any Aussie pair right now. For some reason, the Aussie is just will not give up on its free fall. So it definitely looks like it's ending a wave E. And as of now, it definitely isn't confirmed that it hasn't already done that. And it did make a break of structure, which does make you think this move down is going to be a correction and that's going to go up. But we do have to realize that right now the most recent break of structure on the daily is right there. So right now the trend is definitely down. It may be a wave B or a wave 2, and it may go back up. But until it actually makes that turn, if you trade below the daily, then you probably should be looking for shorts in a downtrend right now. Down to the 4 hour time frame, it definitely looks like a trend. This is definitely a trend. It looks like it should be a wave A. According to the other yen pairs, it does look like we should make a B, and we should probably go down again for a C. If it goes down to the 78, or maybe even retests the 61, then that is going to be a very clear end of a correction. If it goes past the 78%, then that's probably not even a correction anymore, and it's probably just going to keep going down. Like I said, if it continues to go down and you trade below the daily, then you should be looking for shorts in a downtrend right now anyways until you see a clear confirmation that this really is over. Yeah, we'll show you that in a little while. We'll have to get back to the dollar pairs at the end. At the end of the meeting, I always look at the dollar pairs again, so you'll have to wait on that. But as of now, I don't really see any reason to think that it is anything more than a correction. So on the 1 hour time frame, we should only be looking for shorts, and the Aussie yen is very clear. 1, 2, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3 waves up. 1, 2, 3 waves up. Every single one of these, and I bet on the 15-minute that's a three-way pattern. Very, very clear entries. So if this does go up, if it does take out some of this structure, that will prove that this move down is over. Then we're probably going to make a B, and we're probably going to have to go down again to make a C, just like what I was showing on the longer time frames. So really, if you're looking to short something, the Aussie is going to be the way to go, but if you're looking to go long on it, I definitely wouldn't be trying to go long on the Aussie yen, the Aussie dollar, the Aussie Swiss, the Aussie anything, the Aussie CAD, anything. The Aussie pairs are definitely not giving up on their downtrend. And speaking of Aussie, I have a whole bunch of Aussie pairs that were requested. So the Aussie Swiss was requested. So let's give it a this. I don't know what that was for, but it's gone now. Oh, we were right about this one making a wave 5. Maybe the Aussie is getting close to ending its pattern. What's the... Oh, man, it looks strong. Oh, yeah, I remember this now. We've been talking about this for quite some time. And now looking at it, I think this ABC back here is going to hold. That definitely looks like that ABC is going to hold. This is probably a 1, a 2, and we are in a wave 3. Probably going to just keep on going down. And probably going to break this low and probably just keep on going. No reason to think that that's over. On the 1 hour, on the daily, it definitely kind of resembles a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And even when I came to the daily, I said it looked like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. But looking at the longer time frames, I don't think it's a wave 5. I think it's just going to keep drifting down. I would definitely be looking for shorts on this one for sure. I think we're in a big wave 3 on the longer time frames. Look at that correction. That is going to probably win the clearest entry of the day. Look at that. It's on the 4 hour time frame, so this actually happened quite a while ago, but man, that is an awesome entry. Anybody who was watching the Aussie Swiss hopefully got in on that one. I bet it's like right at a Fibonacci level too. Look at that. It went past the 61.8, but that's definitely a very clear entry. 3 perfect waves up. Went a little bit past the 61.8, but that is such a clear entry. Broke structure, and it's been making lower lows, lower highs ever since. You could be in a trade right here. Stop loss maybe right there. You would already be probably at least 3 to 1 risk to reward up on your trade. Easily. So yeah, that's why that Fibonacci was there. Now I remember now. 1 hour time frame. Phew, pretty clear. 3 waves up, 3 waves up. If it goes up and makes another 3-way pattern, you may as well just keep shorting the thing. The market says it's going down, so we definitely need to listen when the market says something. The market definitely says down, so we may as well just keep going down and keep looking for shorts. So awesome. These Aussie pairs, man, they're pretty nice. Does the Aussie index... What's the Aussie index look like? Oh yeah, that looks... Look at that. 1, 2, 3 waves up. That's the end of a correction right there for sure. This is going to go down, take out this low, and keep going. That's probably going to... I bet the Aussie dollar is going to keep going also. Daily. Yeah, it looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, but I bet it's not. Yeah, I bet this is going to keep stretching out. It probably will pull back, which is good, because at the end of that pullback is we can go short again for the continuation of the downtrend. So we got the pound Aussie and the euro Aussie to look at. Let's look at those. Oh, wave 3? Oh yeah, wave 3. Definitely wave 3. We got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, A, B, C, 2. Wave 3. We need to just keep trading the heck out of these Aussie pairs, that's for sure. No doubt about that. Pretty sweet. That's definitely a wave 3 right there. And looking at this, I definitely remember we had a little bit of doubt about this pattern, but if you notice, every single one of these lows was a higher low. That's the definition of a trend. There's definitely no reason to think it's over yet. If it goes down, I'm just going to continue to look for longs, that's for sure. Let's see, I bet this respected a Fibonacci level perfectly. Yeah, not really, no. Well, actually, the Fib level should probably be right there. No, it still didn't really. Missed it by a few pips, but definitely pretty clear. I was trying to look and see if maybe this was like an A and this was a B, because this move up looks very, very corrective, and then this is a C. Definitely the correction isn't the clearest, but if you knew that the higher time frames were trending, then really it doesn't matter. I would have just got in at a pulse to move up. I don't really follow these pairs that closely anymore. That's pretty clear right there. This wasn't a very clear entry either, but the way it turned up and broke structure, that's like a motive wave correction right there. I talk about how motive wave corrections are pretty common. The more I talk about them, the more often I see them. This right here is definitely a motive wave correction. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Impulsive up, broke structure, and now it's just continuing the uptrend. So motive wave corrections are very, very common in the Forex market. Definitely no reason to think this is over. Even if it does start to go down, I would just continue to look for longs in an uptrend, that's for sure. Pound Aussie. Should be a wave 3 also. Oh yeah, definitely. This is headed up for sure. A, B, C. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I bet we're going all the way up to these highs, at least. That's a long ways. We're on the monthly too. Wow, I wouldn't be betting against these Aussie pairs, that's for sure. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Break of structure, change of direction. Higher low, higher low, higher low. Pretty much the definition of a trend. If it goes down, makes another higher low, that's going to be another beautiful entry to go long. So, let's take it down to the 4-hour time frame. 4-hour time frame, this is an ABC correction right there. That's an A. Let me clear this out. This is an A. That's like a 1, 2, 3 waves up for the B. And that's definitely a wave C. The corrections on these things are definitely not the clearest, but that is a 1, 2, 3 waves down right there too. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Yeah, 1, 2, 3 waves down. So basically that's what we're doing. We're looking for 3 waves down for entries to go long. Definitely. Aussie pairs are awesome. Motive wave correction on the pound Aussie also. It's like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 wave downtrend. We have a break of structure. Corrective down. Another break of structure. That's definitely a motive wave correction, and that's just continuing the uptrend. Definitely looking for longs. We did break structure right here, didn't we? No, we didn't break it yet, so I bet it will go up more. Probably going to be more long opportunities. So let's see. We got the pound Aussie, we got the Euro Aussie, Aussie Swiss, and Aussie Canadian. I think I almost forgot the Aussie Canadian. Looking at the other Aussie pairs, we may have to reevaluate this thing also as being a wave B. We may have to look at the Aussie dollar as not being a wave B too, really, but right now we're still calling it a wave B. Is it possible this thing is just going to keep going down? It definitely looks like it. Look at the spike. Right above the structure, and then bam, just been nosediving ever since. It looks like it's going down, and it doesn't look like it's going to stop. I guess it definitely still could. It's really not like it's beyond a point where it's not an ABC correction anymore. So I guess we still have to look at this as possibly being a correction. It's looking pretty strong, but I guess it could be a 5-wave trend for the A, 3-wave pattern up for the B. Yeah, what do we got? Maybe a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of C. I bet this is going to go down quite a bit further. 12-minute time frame. Let's see, 4-hour time frame. Yeah, it's definitely very choppy, and it like broke structure, and then didn't even care, just kept on going down. Usually when you have a structure break, you'll get like a B and a C, and then it'll go down, but not this one. It just keeps going. So really, with that break of structure, that means that that's probably a wave 2. And this is probably a wave 1, and we're probably in a wave 3 right now. Probably no reason to think that this is over if we're in a wave 3. Oh, the 12-month time frame. Oh, I thought you were talking about the minute. I don't even know if I can add a 12-month time frame. I probably can, I guess. Oops. Yeah, I don't know if this one allows you to add a 12-month time frame. Maybe. I'm kind of curious now that you mentioned it. Oh no, it did. There it is. Oh yeah, what the heck am I gonna see out of that thing? Yeah, ain't really much for me to see there. Maybe if I had more data, maybe if I switched to like an ICD chart or an FXCM chart, I could use that. My ON charts don't go back far enough for a 12-month chart. But yeah, we're going down, no doubt about that. Actually pretty clear. That's actually pretty clear. That's pretty clear. So like I said, with this structure break, that's probably a wave 2. This is a wave 1, and we're probably in a wave 3, and it's probably not even close to over. That would have been a pretty tough one, because I would not have looked at that as a wave 2 at the time. At least not complete. I would have thought it would have gone up again. But it probably did, actually. That probably is an A. This is probably a B. And that's a wave C, and it's a lower low. That's probably an irregular ABC of 2. This is a 1, and now we're in a wave 3. Hey, Vicky, how's it going? Yeah, 6 month I guess would work good too. I would have to use a different charting platform. You're just in time. We're about to go switch over to oil and natural gas, which was requested by Vicky. She is one of my Patreon members, so I do always make sure I get to looking at stuff for my Patreon members. So before we move on, let me put the link for my free chat in there one more time. We're almost at 3,000 members, so definitely check that out. Getting to be a very large community of traders. So yeah, let's go check out oil and natural gas. Let me check my Discord one more time. Aussie Swiss, yeah, that's something else. I think Marky Max and Stefan and Menu have been eyeballing that one. I don't really normally look at those ones, but man, those Aussie pairs have been awesome. Like really, really nice. So anyways, let's see, oil. What's oil up to today? Not really much. Pretty much consolidated. Right now, there's really no confirmation that anything is over or anything. It still looks like a one. Whoops. Let me zoom in a little bit. Let me zoom in a little bit so we can see this a little better. It still looks like a 1, 2, 3 to me. It doesn't even look like the wave 3 is over. Like I was saying in the private chats the other day, it's either going to turn into an A, B, C, like this, and it will make a lower high and just keep on going down, or what I actually think is more possible, more likely, is this is going to go up and make a wave A and take out this structure, and it's going to be a wave A of wave B. So I'm definitely would still be looking for longs on this one for sure. It still hasn't really broken any structure to be at all, really. The last structure level is probably right there. So we still haven't broken any structure. The uptrend is still not confirmed to be over. And I definitely see a structure break back here, so we know that this is like a 1 and a 2. And this is probably a 3. And this is probably just a correction within the wave 3. It's probably just going to keep on going, I bet. I would definitely be bullish on this one still. I honestly wouldn't be surprised if it did go down and spike and then just take off to the upside, do a little bit of a stop hunt before it takes off. This right here is just a consolidation. There's really no pattern there. There's no reason to label any of that. There's really nothing to label. That's impulsive. This definitely looks corrective. That looks impulsive. And then, yeah, now what? A, B, C, D, E. Maybe we already have a wave E. It's all very, very corrective. A, B, C, D, E, maybe? Maybe it already ended a wave E and now it's already going up. I mean, can we draw some trend lines? Is this like a big triangle? It's definitely a triangle. We got a slanted line on the top and a slanted line on the bottom. It's like a contracting triangle. I bet it's gonna break out, come back, retest, and then take off. I don't know. That would be my best guess. I really do think there's probably going to be a major lack of volatility. Probably right until the beginning to middle of next week because of all these holidays. But on the higher time frames, I still think that we're probably going to go up and make an A, B, C correction, which probably goes all the way up to one of these levels, and it's probably going to be a wave B. Yeah, I don't know. Honestly, if I was trading oil, I would have to wait for I would have to wait for some sort of a direction. I do know that the direction is up on the longer time frames, so I would still be primarily looking for longs, definitely. But yeah, probably the best strategy would to see a breakout and then see a retest, and then if it makes an impulsive move up on the retest, that probably would be the continuation of the uptrend. We didn't really look at the euro yen today, but I did make a video about the euro yen earlier today. Definitely check that out if you haven't done so already. Man, natural gas is still going down. Still looks like a 1, a 2. Looks like a 1, a 2. Yeah. This looks like a 3. It still looks like a 4 and a 5, but it's probably a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of 3. And it's still not even confirmed to be over yet, so we're still in a downtrend. Yeah, I think this break of structure right here is the wave 4, and we're probably going to go down for the wave 5 of wave 5. Probably a 3, 4, 5 of 5. A 3, 4, 5 of 5, but this wave 5 is a wave 5 of wave 3. Hopefully that makes sense to everybody. If it doesn't, then you can definitely contact me on Discord, and I'll hopefully try to explain that again. But we do have a break of structure, and we probably, yeah, this is probably a wave A. This is probably an A, B, C down. I bet that's a B, and I bet this is a wave C. I definitely think we're going down. Probably a wave 4. Probably a wave 3, probably a wave 5, and this is probably going to be a wave 5 of wave 3. So that's pretty clear. You're probably already short on this one, huh, Rita? I'm sorry, Raki. Nice. That's a decent little trade. And we just had a break of structure, which helps confirm. Awesome. Pretty decent. So yeah, let's see. What time is it? 3:20. We got about 15 minutes left. Let me just check chat real quick. Yeah, I was going to say Bitcoin never got requested, but Lou is on top of it. Bitcoin is interesting. I'm curious to see what happens with Bitcoin over the next 6 months to a year. Yeah, I still see. I see more than one possibility with Bitcoin also. Definitely. On the weekly, I see what looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It kind of looks to me like it could be a wave A or something like that. And this could be a wave B. But I still see the possibility that this stretches out into a much bigger pattern like an A, B, and C. Because if this is a wave B, then a wave B needs to be a crescent to this whole move down, which means it would go up someplace between the 38 and the 78%, probably more likely at the 50%. So I think that this bigger ABC pattern is actually probably more likely. And I think that it will eventually go back down, but we're talking about probably a year from now. So we still don't have any major breakup structure yet. We do have a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 there. We have a three-way pattern down. This is either an A or a 1. This is either a 2 or a B. This is either a C or a 3. Normally I say that it doesn't matter whether it's a C or a 3 because it's pretty much exactly the same strategy. But we're at the stage in the pattern where it does matter, because if this does go down and take out structure, that means it probably is a wave C. If it doesn't take out structure, and if it goes down and makes another higher low, then it's probably not a wave C, it's probably a wave 3, and it's probably going to go up and make that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 of wave A, like I was showing on the higher time frames. I don't have Facebook actually. I have Instagram and I have TikTok and I have Discord. I'm not a big Facebook fan. I don't know why. Something about Facebook I just really don't like. Pretty much everybody I know is on Facebook except for me. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. So if this wave 4 structure gets taken out right here, then that's going to tell us that this is a wave C. If it doesn't get taken out, I could definitely picture this being an A, a B, and a C. And then it goes up and just continues the uptrend for a big wave 3. So as usual, we just got to pay attention to our structure and see what happens. Yeah, I bet that is what's going on. This is probably just like a messy wave A. This is probably a three-way pattern up, probably a wave B. And this is probably a downtrend for a wave C. So if this goes down and makes a higher low, and then turns up, takes out structure after making a higher low, that's definitely going to be a very good entry to go long for the continuation of the uptrend. If it doesn't, and it does this, and goes down and breaks structure, that probably tells us that this wave 5 is a wave C and that we should be looking for sorts in a downtrend. So if you see something like this and you see an impulsive move down, then you can get in on the end of a correction, and then as this goes down, you're going to learn whether it does this and takes out structure, or whether it does this and makes an impulsive move up. Even if it does this, you'll still have plenty of profit, and then you can close your short and go long for the continuation of the uptrend. So that right now, I think that's probably the best bet. I would be looking for shorts, and then if I saw that it just kept on going down, you're already going to be short from up here. So it's going to be like a bonus trade. But if it does turn up and take out structure, you're still going to get all this profit, and then you're going to exit your short and get a whole bunch more profit. So that's definitely the strategy that I would be applying right now. So let's see, let's go back and check the dollar pairs. I guess we got enough time to look at the euro yen. That's a pretty popular pair. I was thinking it's a wave B, but I don't know, it might not be. It might just keep going. I was thinking what we had was a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and yes, this is a lower high, but if you look at other yen pairs, it's not a lower high. But man, that euro is strong. It definitely broke structure. It looks like it should be a wave B, and it should turn down to make a wave C. Especially with the fact that it didn't even touch a fib level, so it probably is a wave B. It's probably just trying to trick people into going long, and then it's going to end up going back down to make a wave C, and then once everybody gets short is when it will probably start going up to end the correction. So right now it's trapping the buyers, and then it's going to trap the sellers, and then the people that know how to see the end of a correction are going to be happy because they're going to make money along the way. It's definitely looking pretty strong. That's definitely either a wave A or a wave 1. If it does something like this, then that's going to be an ABC, a B, which I still think is the most likely thing to happen. And then it goes down to like the 60 or the 50. Like I said, probably trap everybody that wants to go short, and then probably take out structure and continue up. What's going on with those dollar pairs? We did have some dollar news today. We had unemployment claims. Unemployment rate was for the Canadian pairs. And then we have non-farm payroll tomorrow. So let's see. Let's go back and see if anything's going on with the dollar pairs. Yeah, they did break structure today, but they are pulling back almost instantly. Let's see. I mean, there's definitely a possibility this is an ABC. So if it makes a nice impulsive turn, then I would go short, but I'm not really convinced of that. Yeah, I don't know. I think it's going to keep going up. I think this is like a five-way pattern, and it's going to go up and make a pattern like this, which will be a question to the move down. And this is either going to be an A or 1. This is either going to be a B or 2. And then this is going to be a C or 3. If it's a C, then it will go back up. If it's a 3, it will never break structure and just keep on going down. So I do think it probably will keep going up on the shorter time frames. Now that I look at it a little closer, I just think that we probably should be looking for longs right now. I bet it's going to continue up. Maybe a little bit of a lack of volatility, like I was saying, for the next couple of days. Oh yeah, definitely. That's looking like an ABC. I bet that's going to go down again. It could even go all the way down and break this structure too, so you might want to get short if you do get an opportunity. Oh yeah, look at the pound yen. That might have been one of the clearest entries of the day. 3 waves up right there. Probably the 15 or 30 minute time frame. That would have been a perfect end of a correction. Yeah, it doesn't really look like it's over either. It's probably going to go up and then probably go down again. Yeah, Aussie. I would definitely be looking to short the Aussie. Same thing with the Kiwi. Definitely shorting the Kiwi. And the US dollar Canadian, I'm looking for a short on the US dollar Canadian for sure. I mean, if it goes down and breaks structure, that may convince me to go short. But it seems to me like it's going to go up more to at least a 38% before we see that real short. US dollar Swiss, not really doing much. Well, thanks for the input, Macabre. You might be right. Honestly, I mean, like I said, I'm very, very flexible with my analysis, and if the dollar, I don't even know, you didn't even really give me a clear direction. Whether you think it's going up, down, left, right, or what, but if it does go up, I will start looking for longs. If it doesn't go up, then I'll just continue to look for shorts. I'm probably one of the most liberal traders you're ever going to meet, which means that if the market goes up and tells me it's going up, then I'll start looking for longs. If the market never breaks structure and keeps going down, then I'll just keep going short. It's all about going with the flow. It's not really about being correct with my analysis every second. It's all really only about going with the flow. So what direction do you think it's going, Macabre? Do you think it's going up, down, left, right? What do you think? Definitely got a 3-way pattern there. We are at a fib level. I think it's going up though. Like I said, it probably is going to go up more. I bet this is going to be an ABC, and it's going to go up to the 50 or the 61.8 before it goes back down. I'm not really sure if Macabre is the one that's been leaving hate comments on pretty much every single one of my videos, but if you are, then hopefully you have something better to do than do that. What's going up? The dollar's going up? Yeah, the dollar is going up. Wow, that's a pretty clear observation. Didn't I just say that the dollar was going up? I just said that it's going to do this. And I just said at the beginning of my video that this could be a way B, and it could even do that. You know, if I'm looking for longs, and it does this, then why does it matter? whether it does that or whether it does this. I'm going to be looking for longs, so if it just keeps on going up and takes out this high, I'm not really sure why it really matters. Yeah, definitely a troll. I've had some. I've been trying to answer comments on YouTube as much as possible, and I wish I weighed down some of these people because there's some people that seem like every single video I make they leave a hate comments. But yeah, I guess that just means that I'm popular because people are paying attention. So what do we got here on gold? The trend is definitely still up. There's no doubt about that. So yeah, let's see. Gold. I could still picture this being a correction, I guess. So if it does turn up, then I guess that would be a nice long opportunity for sure. Let's see. We would have to get to a time frame that shows some structure, which is definitely not this time frame. Yeah, the last structure on the 5-minute is probably way the heck up here. Well, I guess right there is the structure level, but not very clear. Huh. Yeah, I'm still bullish on gold. I don't know. It doesn't really look like something that's over to me. It looks like something that's probably just a wave A. It probably is going to go up and make a B, and it will probably go down and make a wave C. Probably the 50 or the 61.8 will be most likely, and then it will probably just keep on trending up from there. So, in a ways, like I always say, if you are interested in joining my Discord, then definitely join. Definitely don't join if all you're going to do is troll me, but definitely join if you're interested in interacting with other traders. And if anybody is interested in joining my Patreon service, then I will leave the link for that in the chat and in the description also. And like I said, the next couple of days are holidays, so definitely be a little bit cautious with your trading. Honestly, I'm probably not going to trade a whole lot until probably at least Tuesday because of the lack of volatility. I really don't trade around the holidays at all normally. Man, that's starting to look like it could be the end of a correction now, definitely. It is at the 38%. I don't know. I don't really trade gold, but if it does go up, then I would go long for sure. The trend is definitely still up. Is that just a gold thing, or is other pairs moving? Yeah, no, not really. It's pretty much just gold. It is just gold, too. That's definitely a gold move. Oh, look at the gold versus the pound. That looks like the correction. That looks like it could end the correction and keep going up. I don't actually trade any of these, but they're very good for correlation. Oh, that one looks like it already ended a correction and it's already going up also. Yeah, the Kiwi, the Kiwi, gold versus the Kiwi also looks like it could just keep on drifting up. Gold versus the yen, oh wow. That looks pretty good also. That's like an ABC. Like I said, I'm not really much of a gold trader, but that does look pretty good. Oh, look at that too. Awesome. 1, 2, 3 waves down, impulsive turn. That could be the end of a correction. So if that's the end of a correction, then that means that this might be the end of a correction also. 1, 2, 3 waves down. Fibonacci level. That's looking like a long right there. And that's definitely a gold move. Ooh, silver, same thing. 1, 2, 3 waves down. That's definitely the end of a correction on silver. No doubt about it. Awesome. Yeah, that's pretty interesting. It's definitely 100% a gold move. It's not the dollar that's driving that. It's definitely gold. NASDAQ. He wants me to look at NASDAQ real quick. I guess we got a few seconds to do that. I still think this is going up. It looks like a trend. Definitely looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably a wave A. There's probably a B. Probably going to go down and make a C. And and then most likely just keep on trending up. So yeah, definitely looks pretty good. Definitely looks like a trend, meaning that it probably is a wave A. That means the next move up is probably going to be a crutch into this move down. Probably a wave B, and then it'll probably go down again to make a C, and then it'll probably go up like that. So yeah, I think that's pretty much it for me today. I hope everybody enjoys the rest of the day, and as usual, don't forget to like and subscribe to my channel, and happy trading as always.